Yeah, baby. You're listening to WSME SM Enlightenment Radio. This is The Hustle Within with my main man, Ant-Man, K Mills, and King Los. Ladies and gentlemen, The Hustle Within.
All right.
What's up, guys? What's good? What's going on? How's everything going? Yeah, same. Episode two. Tonight, we got a, man, jam-packed.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Hey, so we're going to jump right into it. We're going to talk about who just won their fourth championship. LeBron James just won his fourth championship.
Oh, yeah. You see what it is? You see it?
Yeah. So we're going to talk about the NBA team with the most championships, the top 5 NBA teams with the most championships. Who do y'all think? I'm gonna go to you, King Los, first. Who do you think got the most championships in the NBA?
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go with the Lakers. They just came off of a victory, so I'm gonna guess and say the Lakers.
How many do you think they got?
Probably like 16, 17.
Okay.
They got to be at the top.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. And what about you, King? K Mills. What you got? Who you got?
Well, since he don't pick the Lakers, everybody know who next if they ain't tied with them is Boston.
Yes, sir. So basically, we got the Boston Celtics, Los Angeles Lakers. Both got 17. Now they both got 17. Lakers had 16. They just got their fourth championship. LeBron just got his fourth championship, which is his third team. You gotta remember that too. The Bulls, Michael Jordan. I mean, you already know that.
Everybody know that. Yeah.
We can have a whole show about just Michael Jordan.
Right.
Six championships. We got Golden State Warriors. Nobody knew. They used to be called, I think, the Sacramento Warriors or something. They used to be called something else, but they have 6 championships also.
Yeah.
And then we got the Spurs, my team.
Your team.
I'm a long-time Spurs fan. Tim Duncan, my favorite player. They got 5 championships. So what
fundamental.
what do y'all think about that list? Boston,
Well, I'm a little
Lakers,
surprised.
Bulls, Golden State, and Spurs.
Yeah, a little surprised. I'm not surprised by the Lakers and the Celtics being at the top of that list, but I'm a little surprised about Golden State. Right? We all are aware of what Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson and that team and that group has done over the years, but certainly surprised to see that they have 6. So that being said, I'm not sure when they won the first 3 or 2, maybe
1930s, 40s,
1930s, 1800s, when they still had wagons and horses. You never know, right?
It was a basket for the goal. The goal was a basket.
Basket was the goal.
You made that out of a laundry basket or something.
Yeah, it wasn't no 3-pointers or none of that. No 3-pointers or nothing.
Yeah. So real shocked to see them on the list. What about you, K Mills?
Yeah, let's see who's else. I knew the Spurs was in there.
Yes,
I thought they had more than that, but then I already knew the Bulls had 6 because they only won it with Jordan.
Right.
That was, right. Yeah. Everybody knew that.
The Pistons used to get the Bulls early on in the 90s.
Yeah.
They used to knock them out every time. And then Michael Jordan retired. You remember Michael Jordan? I think would have had at least 8.
He would have got 8 easy.
He got at least 8, 9, maybe 9. He retired twice. Remember, he left again. After he came back and won a 3-peat, he left again early and then came back 3 years later with the Wizards. So,
I certainly agree. And to be honest with you, I think Michael retired because he needed rest.
Right.
He needed rest.
That's hard work, man.
And we can speculate about him getting 8, 9 and all that. It's always good for good TV, good entertainment, good debate. But I tell you, 82 games, regular season, and another like 20, 30, not even 20. I made that up. But, the amount of playoff games that they would play, I think like 20, because I think it was like the first rounds were like 5 or 7.
5, 7, I believe. It used to be like
5, 7. Yeah. Well, it's too late to do. I can't do all the math, but that's quite a few games after the regular season and the wear and tear on the bodies, and just the way Michael Jordan was just a killer. I don't, injuries happen, age, fatigue and all those other things. So, but it's always good. I would expect, they won 6. I probably would have put them at that 7-8 mark.
Yeah, but hey, he still did something, nobody else never gonna do again. He had 2 3-peats. 2.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody ever gonna do that.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that.
It's hard to win 1. LeBron changed teams. He went 1 here, 2 here. 1, yeah. He did 3-peats twice.
Yeah, you just said LeBron. Let's talk a little bit about LeBron.
Yeah.
Think about it. LeBron just won his 4th championship with his 3rd team.
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all think about that? What's your intake on that?
I mean, that's big. I mean, that's history. I mean, ain't nobody else probably will do that either. But yeah, it still ain't that 3 back-to-back. But LeBron, that's my second best player besides Jordan. But he'll probably win. They might win again next year.
Oh, so you got the Lakers. Oh, we taking bets right now. Who you got next year? Who you got next year? Go ahead. You got the Lakers. Who you got, King Los?
Man, I'm gonna go with the LA Clippers.
Uh-oh. Yeah, Ty Lue just got that job.
Ty Lue just got the job this past Thursday. Yeah. Remember this? Hey, we're a couple of days. A couple of days have passed. So last Thursday, this past Thursday, Tyronn Lue just got the job with the Clippers. You think he's gonna carry over the same system that Doc Rivers had before he left, or you think he's gonna change up everything?
He probably do a little bit, but he gonna change it because they threw a quick tweet in there, and they were like, before they lost the series, that Ty Lue was telling them to change to some offense and defense, and Doc was like, "Nah, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing."
Right,
and they lost. Yeah. So we just gonna outmuscle them because we the better team, and it didn't work. So maybe
we'll
he would
see how
have
this all goes. Yeah. I mean, Ty Lue brings that championship pedigree.
Right.
Because he won one with LeBron. He knows LeBron.
Yeah.
He knows LeBron's game. He probably even knows how to defend LeBron with
I'm pretty sure you do.
A Kawhi Leonard, right? You got to keep in mind.
Exactly.
They got some good players on that team. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. But again,
you know what?
I got my money. Mm-hmm.
One thing that we have to really look at going into next year is it going to be another bubble?
True.
Are they going to actually be able to travel? Now you got Brooklyn Nets coming on the scenes. You got KD, KD coming back. So the East is going to get a little stronger. The West, they really didn't lose too much because now probably the Clippers going to stay intact due to the fact that Tyronn Lue is, he's coming up because they respect him. He's younger than Doc Rivers. So they probably respect him a little bit more. So, I mean, that's something that we have to have. Hey, we're going to have this topic again coming up. One other thing that I want to talk about is Dak. When we switch over to the NFL real quick. Man, you seen the injury. I know y'all all seen the injury.
Man. That man was holding his foot together, man, with his hands. I'm like, oh my God.
He had a compound fracture, meaning the bone came out the skin. The bone came out. So I would have died. I would have fell out. I would have seen it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I'd have fainted. I would have fainted.
It would have been game over. I ain't gonna lie to you. It would have been a super wrap for me. I would have been like, man, you know what? Hey, man, I would have been crying. I don't know how for real, man. I think them guys already pumped up with something before they even get on the field.
Yeah, because he won't cry after that. Yeah,
he was crying because his career. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. He didn't cry when it was hurting. Yeah, he won't cry because it was hurting. I'm like, man, I'd have cried as soon as that jump popped.
Man, I would have cried. I would have killed myself. Probably, I would probably kill myself. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Man, that was sickening. And we don't see them type of injuries. Even back in basketball, we seen them type of injuries. I mean, they gruesome. I mean, we just seen one of them just a couple years ago with old boy from the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah,
same thing. He had the same ankle separation and the compound fracture. Horrible, man. So so what's y'all take on the NFL right now? What's the teams separating from the pack? A lot of teams are 5. You only got 2 teams left that's 5-0, and one of the teams is my Seattle Seahawks. So what y'all think about the teams Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, here we go, K-Mill. Oh man, Hey,
You,
NFL right now.
Hey, we don't start shining too. You know, I'm a Panther fan, and yeah, last week our quarterback had the highest percentage passing rate.
Okay.
In the NFL. Yeah,
you're right. So I
mean, we looking pretty good.
So I'm gonna put it this way. I think the NFL, it's gonna be still a toss up because injuries will play into the season later on, and it's not like the NBA where you don't have live fans. So if you're a true competitor, if you've been on the big stage, I believe that the fans have an element with regards to the adrenaline, the momentum. And I think that was what was missing in the bubble, because I think that outcome, because there was really no home court advantage.
No,
so
that's
I
why
believe that outcome was, hey, you really kind of can decipher and pin down that the Lakers are going to win, especially after everything they've been through this year with the loss of Kobe. And then, you know, their backs were up against the wall. And plus, there was a lot of pressure. So without those fans, unlike the NBA,
yeah,
I think the NFL, it's going to be, you know, who's hot and who's recovered from injuries, who's not getting injuries late in the season.
Now, to talk about that, I hate to cut you off. Okay, Mills, we're going to move to the next segment. Lowe said something key was Super Bowl. Now, 2 years ago, it was, man, we had a lot of controversy going on down in Atlanta, going on with sex trafficking. So tonight's segment, we're going to talk about sex trafficking. And hey, and this is something that's dear to my heart and dear to Lowe's heart, King Lowe's. Yeah. I mean, he wanted to bring this topic up and really just shed a light on it. I think it's something that we all need to understand and just, you know about it. Just know the things that's been occurring over a period of time. I mean, for years. Now, like this stuff had me thinking when I started seeing these kids up on, and when I go in Walmart, see all these kids on the wall, missing kids on the milk cartons and stuff like that. I'm thinking like now, okay, the big reason was they probably was abducted for sex trafficking.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm gonna talk from what some of these businesses and corporations are doing to, you know, involved with the sex trafficking. I'm gonna pass it over to King Los. This is something that's dear to his heart. He wanted to talk about, so I'm gonna pass it over to him and let him give a little insight on what he thinks about it, and you know. So I'm gonna just pass this over to you, King Los.
Okay. Well, you know, certainly I appreciate it. And I want to make sure that I stress the seriousness of this. And I think that people need to go out there and educate themselves on what sex trafficking is. And to your point, when we all go into Walmart, there's a bulletin of missing people, missing faces. Most of them have been missing for over a few years or what have you. And still to this day, we still have people abducting kids. And we don't know what's happening, right? So I challenge every listener, everyone that's tuned in today, tonight, wherever you are in the world, to go educate yourself on what sex trafficking is. But I wrote down a few things that I think resonates and really to help us define, to better understand what sex trafficking is, and most importantly, how we can get involved to counter that and raise the alarm, get involved with sex trafficking. So what is sex trafficking? It's really about exploiting someone, exploiting a child, exploiting a female, right? And, you know, it really goes deep inside. And I get real passionate about this because I don't think anyone should be forced to do anything, let alone forced to be a sex object for some sick and perverted person. Now, we know that this is an ongoing issue. So now it's up to us how we're going to address it, how we're going to get involved. You know, 55% of all sex trafficking occurs with women and girls. 26% are children.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
Right? And 20 million people from around the world have been impacted directly or indirectly by sex trafficking. Now, this is our opportunity really to really, do our research. I know we got to pivot and go to other things within this program tonight, but my plea to you is to go out there, educate yourself on this very, very serious issue, and most importantly, get involved. There's a lot of nonprofit organizations out there that are actively involved with trying to fight sex trafficking. And please, if you see someone that just looks under duress, under stress, don't just ignore them and keep moving. Really, if you get an opportunity, you get a chance, speak to that person about if they need any help. Because sometimes you can look in a person's eyes, look on their face, and know that they're crying for help. So I'm going to pause right there. I'm going to pivot to my partners, K Mills, Ant-Man. Please get the word out. But most importantly, I want to hear from you guys on your thoughts about this segment of what I deem to be a very serious issue, not just here in America, but around the world.
Hey, K Mills, what you think? Like, what is your take on it? Because we just watched The Chi. Remember The Chi?
Oh yeah. Oh
the
man,
past season. The past season of The Chi. They shined the light on sex trafficking.
Sure did. Yeah.
From that standpoint, it was a female, young female. She had the college on. She was college bound, and she got abducted. They grabbed her. The guy grabbed her, took her to his house, and
chained up.
Made her chained up. Made her a slave, or pretty much a sex slave.
Yep.
And that's the thing that's happening to our young women, our young kids. It's just not females; it's also males. Young males also.
Good point.
It's not just the young females, also some of the older females. Now, I'm gonna pivot back to you quick, Los, before I go into the business side of what these people are doing. I'm gonna ask you a question. What are some of the things that these young kids, and some of these young adults, what they can look out for when they see these predators on the prowl? What can they do to get out of that situation, or what is the best route to go to get out of that situation?
That's a great question. Since we know there are kids involved, I think parents, neighbors, we have a responsibility to protect our kids. So sometimes we may have to go out and actually talk to our kids about what sex trafficking is. I think that, because we know they're getting abducted at an early age, this is the opportunity to say, hey, listen, if somebody is asking you to get in their car, someone's asking to do inappropriate things to you, you need to raise the alarm. If you are a teacher out there, you should be asking these kids, how are things at home? Simple question. Leave it an open-ended question. Allow that kid to express themselves. And most importantly, and here's another point that I wanted to make sure I got in, that 80% of sex trafficking victims say they had some contact with healthcare. Think about this. Healthcare. The same access we have to healthcare, these victims are being brought to healthcare providers, right? There's statistics out there, whether it's hospital, Planned Parenthood, right? Neighborhood clinics, on-site doctors. These sex traffickers are ushering them into these facilities to get treatment. And we have to do a better job. Yeah, and that really aligns with what you're going to talk about, Ant-Man, with respect to the business.
Yeah. So mainly, you got shell companies. You got these guys that's sitting up in these high office CEOs of some of these major companies that's making profit off sex trafficking. And they also are funding these recruiters. They call them recruiters. These recruiters are going out here are the ones that's on the prowl, looking for the young girls, the young kids. They got money. They lure them in with money. They might, it's people thinking that they just grabbing these kids, just like, kidnap them, throw them in the van. They're not doing that. They're not doing that as much as we thinking. They lure them in with things that they might like. Like young females might like cars, clothes, opportunity. You know, they might lure them in with, you know, it might be a guy that they might be attracted to, that lure them in and say, hey, let's go out to have dinner, let's go here, let's go to a movie, let's go over here, let's go to, and they end up waking up over in Turkey somewhere. You know, that's the type of stuff that's happening now, because they can't go just grab a kid, because they know the cameras are all around. So they have to maneuver certain ways. So what they're doing now are they intervening into some of these major companies, some of these major opportunities. When they get into these opportunities, they're getting money funded back to them to help with recruitment, to help lure these young girls, these young kids into the sex trafficking world. And it's like I said, it's not just the United States, it's all around the world. You know, Turkey, China, Japan, Mexico. These kids are all spread out throughout the world. Once they leave this country, you might never see them again. You know, some of the kids are coming back generations later saying, hey, I was a sex trafficking victim. I just got out because I got older. They didn't want me anymore. They just let me out. And they telling their stories. I mean, you had a couple big stories in the news not too long ago. So that's one thing we just have to be aware, man, that it's not just a normal, people just walking around just doing the sex trafficking. You got the corporations helping these individuals, these normal people come in and do this sex trafficking. So that's one thing we got to be aware of. And hey, man, and like I said, my heart goes out to anybody that's been a victim and the ones that's being targeted right now. They just be safe.
Yep.
We just got to, just be safe. We just got a lot of crazy stuff going on in this world, and we just got to move, man. We just got to move out the way. Stay out the way, be safe, and just, just enjoy family, enjoy life, man. Just things, the positive stuff that we have to continue to do.
Yep.
Now, hey, we going to our third segment, man. We finna go in. We got, hey, once we come back, we got a few things coming up. We got a special guest tonight too, guys. I'm gonna let y'all know after we take the break. But before we take this break, we got my man K Mills. He got a story to tell. Hey man, I love your stories, man. I love your stories.
It's that time, buddy.
I know it's that time. I know you got a story to tell. So we're gonna pivot away from the sex trafficking, but we're gonna go into something that that K Mills got on the table to talk about. This is a segment, so I'm giving the table. K Mills, take it away.
I'm gonna start my story off by saying nobody got hurt in this story.
Nobody got hurt.
Nobody got hurt, and the main character is a big bottle of gin.
Bingo.
So one day, it was like maybe 3-4 days before the bike rally, I went and got a big bottle of gin, and on my way home, I stopped by my cousin's house. Yeah, they still didn't play jokes or whatever. So I left the bottle there, and they called me back the next day to come get it. So I went and got the bottle, not paying no attention, got the bottle. So after I got the bottle, I went to this little chick house I was dealing with. So I started drinking it. I mixed it with orange juice, so I'm not paying no attention. So I leave her house to come back home, and she called me like, yo, some dude just knocked on my door. I said, where? I said, what he look like? She explained how he looked. I was like, man, that's the same dude that just waved at me when I just rolled by. So, I'm heated. So
my God.
I circled back, rise back to the girl house, and just wait by the door. So the dude walks by. I'm like, yo, let me holler at you right quick. He looked at me. And he didn't come. I said, oh, it's like that. So I pulled out the sword.
A sword? Oh my God.
Look, I took 3 slices, missed. He was fast. He got away. He got away, rabbit fast. So he got away. So I knew that. I said, it's time to get out of here. So I jumps in the car. I had a Honda Accord. This in the 90s now. I had a Honda Accord with the rims was so big, it was hard to turn. So I pulls off the car clean.
I drove that.
Yeah. I got pulled over 5 minutes later, and they said we heard you had an assault with a sword. I'm like, what? So I'm like I said, I just got through drinking. They gets me out the car. I'm staggering.
Staggering now. Oh my God.
The sword up under the car. The bottle's still open.
Oh my God.
I said, please don't search the car. He said, can I search the car? I said, uh-oh. I said, yeah. As soon as I said, yeah, he got a call over the scanner. My car was blue. They said it was a black one. I said, I told you that when we look how clean my car is. So he like, all right, I'm gonna let you go. So he let me go. So I goes on home. Part 2 to the story.
Part 2 now. It's a part 2
Part
to
2.
the story.
Now it's bike rally time. I got the same bottle.
Same bottle.
I calls up Ant-Man. I'm like, yo, you want to ride to the beach? Yeah, you want to ride to the beach? You want to ride? He like, yeah. I'm like, man, don't worry about it, man. Hey, we're going to do this. I already got the room, everything. We good. So I picks him up. We go straight to get the orange juice. So we going down the road. We get about, maybe a 10 miles, 20 miles down the road. We getting it. He just came back from up north. So he like, yo, I ain't feeling it, B. I'm like, yo, what? You ain't feeling it? I'm like, man, you don't win that up north and don't turn to an alcoholic, man.
That man thought I was a straight call.
I said, Miss Lex orange juice. So he mixed Lex orange juice. He kept drinking it. Then I'm drinking. I'm like, man, I'm feeling it. I'm about to start swerving. So he just again like, he said, nah, B, I'm telling you, man. I said, well, you know what? Since you're alcoholic, drink it straight. Then you so tough.
I'm tough.
So he took it straight and spit. No, man, this ain't right. So then I hit it. I'm like, yo, something ain't right. So I thought about it. I said, yo, I left that bottle at my cousin's house, and it was a big bottle. I said, if y'all want to drink it, just drink it. So I said, let me call them right quick, man, because it ain't normal for somebody to call you to come get your alcohol. They normally drink it all up, you know what I'm saying? So I called them. I'm like, yo, did y'all do something to the gin? They started laughing. They're like, yo, man, we put Zima water in
Zima. Man.
Yo, so the whole time I got pulled over by the officer, I'm thinking I'm drunk. I ain't drunk.
I ain't drunk nothing. I said, man,
make a long water. Yeah, straight water. Yo, to make a long story short, if you leave a bottle, don't go back and get it.
Go back. Hey, anybody, I'm telling you, anybody tell you to come back get that bottle,
don't get it.
Do it.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all looking. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Man, boy, we were partying too, buddy. We was going down loud music.
Man,
all the way to the beach, man. We getting ready to cut up.
Yeah,
and we in there drinking water,
Drinking water.
Water.
First off, you kind of messed me up when you said Zima.
Zima? You remember Zima?
Yeah.
Zima?
Yeah, like a little with water. It had a little bubbly to it. Yeah, we thinking the gin. We ain't paying no attention because me and him, we don't really drink like that. That's why we had all the orange juice in there. We put that much liquor in the whole thing of orange juice.
That gin was gonna last us. That gin was gonna last us for the whole week.
The whole bike rally. It was, man. They don't even sell bottles of gin that big no more. Yeah, they don't make them that big no more.
Wow.
Yeah, so I had to stop at the beach and get another bottle.
Man. Hey, man, this is crazy. That was crazy, man. Hey, K Mill stories, man, they're gonna be epic. Everybody loved the first one. I know they're gonna love the second one. So we're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna go pay some bills. We're gonna come back, and we got our special guest. So I'm gonna make that introduction for our special guest. But hey, keep it locked. You watching? Hey, Hustle Within, best podcast out right now. Hustle Within.
Holla at us, rap.
On SME Enlightenment Radio. Keep it locked.
Shout out to my Ellaby.
For the soul, the mind, the ear, WSME SM Enlightenment Radio. You're listening to the Hustle Within with the one and only Ant-Man, King Los, and K Mills. It's time for the Hustle Within on WSME SM Enlightenment Radio.
Welcome back, guys. What's going on?
Chilling.
Man,
round two.
Round two. Hey, second half, man. We definitely have to talk about COVID. That's one thing that we have to touch on, man. I mean, it seems like every podcast, every news outlet, every media outlet, we got to talk about COVID. Gotta talk about COVID. So, man, hey, so what is the effects that it's been having on, I guess, your family, friends, anybody that y'all may know? Has it been affecting anybody you may know? I mean, just give me a little insight of what's been going on, because COVID is, man, it's wild. It's rapid. It's going crazy. And actually, we're going into the second wave of it.
The second wave. Like my high school, it just hit the baseball team. 20 players on the team at the high school got it right now.
Oh my God! At Richmond.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep. They posted. I'm assuming that you're gonna shut the school down. I don't know.
But the thing about it is, most of these young kids are gonna be asymptomatic. Now, that first wave, we've seen a lot of kids having more than asymptomatic. They were actually going to the hospitals, getting sick. Now, one thing that we've been looking at in the news as one thing that Trump, our president of the United States right now, Trump, y'all still, it's hard to even say that.
What's his name? What's his name?
I don't forgot. But I don't forgot. But our president, the current president of the United States.
Current president.
That's all I can say. The current president of the United States is basically stating that we all should get this disease. Like he's trying to do the herd immunity. Have y'all heard of that?
Yeah, I heard it ain't good.
I heard it's bad for you. He's trying to do something where it goes into basically everyone get affected with this disease, so it can clear out the bad seeds. Basically, clear out individuals that can't fight off the virus. So he's saying, okay, it's gonna kill off some people, but let's everybody get it real quick, get rid of it, and get immune to it, build up some antibodies, and then go about our business, go out here and make this money, go out and still make this money for the country. If this is not a dictatorship, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I just hate to say it. This is dictatorship. What you think about King Los? King Los, I got to get you to come in on this one, man. You got to tell me a little bit more about this.
Well, I won't comment on what the president is doing, but I will comment on things that we could possibly do to alleviate the spread.
Right.
Wash your hands. Make sure you. I'm all big about education. Educate yourself on the virus. Know ways of how to minimize or lower your risk of getting the virus. I think that's most important. Again, I don't want to speak on what the president is trying to do. I think people need to, if you're sick, stay at home, right? Rest up, get yourself well, 14-day quarantine. And we know people that work from home are getting it despite working from home because they may have kids that go to school. So if your kid gets sick and they may be asymptomatic, just make sure you're doing the right thing, social distancing, putting a mask on, all those things. I think that will go a long way to stop the spread. But again, not going to comment on what our president is saying or doing. I'm going to stick to what I know, what I think I know to be effective at combating the coronavirus.
And we definitely have to eat right too. We definitely got to eat right in during this time. We got to eat your vegetables, eat your fruits, vitamin C, vitamin D, going outside, walking, exercising. If you can't go out here to the gym and do all this lifting weights and this, go out and walk a little bit. Keep your lungs pumping, keep your heart pumping, because we got to keep this moving, man. This virus, every virus, the world has always had viruses, and we had to live with it. We had to find a way to live with it and deal with it. So this is another virus that we're gonna have to live with and deal with and just build immunity to. You can't get rid of a virus. A cold is a virus. So all you can do is just, it comes on and goes. It comes and goes. So hopefully we build up that immune system, that immunity system, so we can move and do what we got to do. But hey, guys, we got a guest tonight. Powerful, young, African-American, beautiful, young lady, media personality, hard-working entrepreneur. She does a lot of different things, man. I want to bring her in so we can talk a little bit about Miss Jazzy B. Man,
what's good, everybody?
Miss Jazzy B, what's going on?
First of all, you better introduce me like you know me. Come on now. Yes, sir.
Do it right now. Do the princess right.
I heard him say it was a young, hot tenderoni coming on. Wait a second. Is that what
Look
I
at
heard?
there.
You got that pony.
Look at there. Look at there.
You got that pony.
But listen, I'm a little in my feelings though, because I feel like this camera is giving me like bad forehead action. But
no, you look good, Mom.
Follow me on Instagram so you can know that it is not always like this, okay?
I'm about to follow you right now.
Hey man, Jazzy being number 4 real. Don't get it messed up. But how y'all feeling?
Hey, we doing good. We're doing good tonight. We're doing good tonight. So Jazzy, tell us a little bit about yourself. I'm gonna give you the floor.
Make sure I do the floor right then, okay? Cut it up.
Get it.
But pretty much a little bit about myself. I'm a little girl from Dinwiddie County, Dinwiddie, Virginia, small little town. Pretty much I'm the girl who pretty much just always kind of known what I wanted to do. I always seen a vision of doing great things, like, you know, bigger than just getting money, but really making an impact for people. So pretty much I've had an opportunity to move out to Charlotte. And literally my brother lived in Charlotte prior to me living there. He's like, Jasmine, I'm working front desk at the hotel and I'm meeting celebrities. I'm taking pictures. I'm doing all of this stuff. Like, you need to move here because you're going to do more than take pictures. You're going to talk to them. You're going to make them feel good. So I moved to Charlotte and I have not stopped making people feel good ever since.
Wow.
Right.
So tell us, so I guess some of the media outlets and some of the people that you interview, I know you heavy in media, you're a media queen. So tell us some of the stuff that you do in media, some of the stuff you do as an entrepreneur. Give us a little background.
Okay, so I do a lot. I do a lot of red carpet correspondence. So I cover all of the major award shows, the BET award shows, the Gospel Stellar Awards, the Hip Hop Awards, pretty much all the award shows that I know I grew up watching. I'm now on those red carpets, vibing with those people. And it's dope because a lot of those people, when I'm looking at my peers, they all went to school. You know, they all have their degree. They got their $2,000 camera, you know, and like I said, I'm a little girl from Dinwiddie County, okay? So I'm there loud and proud with my phone, y'all, my Google Pixel phone, no degree, no nothing, but literally just doing all the things that I feel like people consider cheesy, like actually being likable, you know, being kind to people, treating people the same way I would want to be treated. So literally I've taken that to the red carpets and being able to really kind of take over. So a little girl from Dinwiddie coming to Hollywood, okay?
Oh yeah.
And so I've interviewed pretty much everybody I've always really wanted to. I've interviewed Michael Vick, I've interviewed Donald Glover, I've interviewed Black China, I've interviewed honestly, a little bit of everybody. Kirk Franklin, for God's sakes, Donald Lawrence, Marvin Sapp. Me growing up in church my whole life, I think that those were some of the most major people because it was like Kirk Franklin, when you hear his voice talking back to you, you immediately think like, oh my God, I'm talking to Kirk Franklin. I done made it. Mama, call somebody. I made it.
You made it. Okay. Los, you about to ask Jazzy a question?
Yeah, well, you know, two things. One, great smile. Two, I love the energy. You know, and congratulations on the success. So one question I do have for you, what advice would you give to folks, young women, young men watching this podcast tonight? What advice would you give them in order to get into the business, but most importantly, be successful once they're in there?
I think that for one, knowing what you want when you go into the business is the first key, because if you don't know what you ultimately want, it's so easy for anybody that's connected to you or attached to you to change what you want for what they want. So now it goes from what you originally had in your brain to what everybody on your team want now. So I definitely say know what it is that you want to do. What were you called to do? What was the visions that God put in your heart? Because what God put in you, that's really for you to do. So I definitely feel like knowing what that is super duper important. Keeping good people around you. Like for me and my team, which is so dope because Anthony has played such a big part for me in my career. So it's so dope to watch him have a show now or whatever, knowing that he's been such
Put me
a,
on, rap.
yeah, he's been such a big part of for me. And so that's the second thing that I would give for advice is have people who really believe in you around. You know what I mean? Because the people who only want to be around you because they see that you're going to make it, but they don't believe who you really are. I feel like that really makes the difference. So I like the fact that Anthony believes in me for real. And, you know, I just think that that's super important to have around you when you're going into this industry. You're going to need it.
Oh yeah.
Great.
Now she's not just media. She had a talk show. She still got a talk show. We about to revamp that soon. And tell them about some of the things you got going on from the entrepreneurship standpoint. Some of the big stuff.
So pretty much, I recently took a move to Virginia. Pretty much in Charlotte, I was able to create a platform where so many people were able to really build their portfolios from. They were able to really just prosper. You know, you see a lot of people create platforms, but they want to keep them by the leash. You know, like, oh, I want you to do great, but not better than me. And so,
he was just talking about it. He was
are you serious?
Yeah, you can eat, but you can't eat more than me.
They was just talking about that.
Hey, look, Anthony, it's that can I eat your cornbread mentality, okay?
Oh yeah.
That I'm telling you. And so people, it really can get like that. So I said all of that to say what I'm doing now, since I've moved to Virginia, I'm now marketing for companies because I really feel like I already know that I'm going to win. So why not help other businesses and other people brand win? So now I'm getting connected in this area, which I'm actually from. I'm about to be a part of the actual Petersburg board. So I'll be taking over the entertainment for this area, which is really big because once again, I'm a girl with no degree. So in the midst of having no degree and having all these opportunities, I'm writing my first book called A Degree or To Be. Huh? Y'all like that? A degree or to be.
I hear you.
Because I really do feel like it's going to help so many people because a lot of people, you know, they go to school because maybe everybody in their family went to school, or maybe they go to school because they want to be a part of a frat or a sorority, or you go because you know, somebody is telling you like, you going to school, you are not going to sit around. But for me, I feel like there's so many people that's just like me who knew that they never really wanted to go to school, but knew that they had such a big dream for themselves. So the book that I'm working on, I feel like it's going to be so huge because it's going to show people that even if you don't go to school and get that lesson, life really will teach you lessons. Like life is what molds you ultimately for the career path that's called for you anyway. So writing a book, I'm a part of a board member with all white people. Come on, somebody say you the only black girl, Jazz.
You only black girl, Jazz.
So, you know, but it's huge because I come from this area. So coming from this area and feeling like no one really cares about what the Black community needs to now being on that committee to actually be that voice for the Black, you know, community in this area, I think is huge. So this year I'm really focusing on not just the business, Anthony, and everyone, not just the business and not just the entertainment. I'm really working more on the community aspect this go around.
Right. Which is very important.
Super important.
Now, like travel wise, what are some of the places you've been and that you want to see moving forward? Because you know we in this COVID. You know what? No, matter of fact, we had a good topic tonight. We had a very good topic and a very important topic. And you're a young lady, so we want to get your opinion on it. On the sex trafficking stuff that's been going on for generations and years. So, want to get your opinion on it and how you feel about it as a young lady maneuvering around in the industry.
Yeah, it's the real thing. I think that, that's a good question because, you know, I travel so much by myself. I'm like I'm super friendly, you know, I'm attractive. And so, you know, I think that it is a scary thing. And, you know, things can go left real fast, you know. And so I just think yeah, we have in real life. We've really seen it. So I really just think that the first thing, if I'm being honest, I feel like when it comes to the human trafficking, for me, I feel like it really starts at home. So I want to take a moment to talk to not even just the Black moms, but to the Black fathers. Coming from a situation where I was not physically raised by my father, I can literally see how some of these women get manipulated, they get comfortable with being on drugs, and I can literally see how they can put their trust into these men who appears, the perception is that they're going to take care of them. And so I really feel like it's important for a lot of Black men to really know that, coming from someone who wished that they had their father more active before I got older, before I got to my late 20s, you know what I mean? I wish that he was there earlier, because I think that there was choices that I could have made that could have led me to being one of those girls, to be honest with you. So I just really do believe that, you know, men, if you have a daughter, love on her, like really tell her that she's beautiful, tell her that she's important, show her these things, so that way she's not out in the world slipping to the point where she's that girl now on the corner. Because I watched this documentary, I think it was called like Surviving, what was it called? Oh my gosh, a real topic, because that is a prime situation of somebody that was a victim now becoming the victimizer. And that happens so much that women, we being nurturers, we'll realize we'll be with an R. Kelly and we'll find excuses for him, if that makes sense, because we're just, that's what we do. We're like, oh, well, you know, your mom didn't do this, or somebody did this, so let me, instead of actually helping and actually saying, like, you know what, as a woman, just like the Me Too movement, I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm passionate about this, so I'm all over the place. But it just, I feel like we can't talk about human trafficking without talking about the Me Too. I feel like nothing is going to change until us as one as men really start from the very day one treating us as daughters a lot better. But then as women, I feel like we got to stop excusing certain behavior. Like I watch a lot of shows where I see a lot of women say, like, it doesn't matter what she had on, no man should ever touch her. And I personally believe that that's almost bananas to say. It's almost like, if I'm a thief, right, and you leave your wallet wide the heck open for me, as a thief, it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong if the wallet was left there. All I know is it's the wallet is right there, and I'm finna hop on that wallet, okay? So you gotta think about where people are mentally. As a woman, if I'm dressed a certain way, I can't honestly expect for a man to not want to come up and smack me on the butt, to not want to come up and disrespect me, because he's going to address me the way I'm dressed. You get what I'm saying? So I really feel like when it comes to this human trafficking, when it comes to this Me Too movement, when it comes to any of this, us as women, we can't expect for people to treat us a certain way if we're not actually holding ourselves to that standard. You know what I mean? Like, that's real.
Right. You're right.
Yeah. So I think you bring up a lot of good points. You know, I certainly would have to beg to differ with respect to the statement that you made with a guy treating a woman how she looks, because I can tell you right now, you know, I'm a man, and I see some women with some maybe they forgot half of their clothes somewhere, right? But the point is that I'm not going to violate that person. Maybe it's because of the way I think you spoke on this and you put it so eloquently, is that we have to hold ourselves accountable. But most importantly, if you are a parent of a young boy, a young man, you gotta condition that young man to respect women, no matter what. I think we agree to disagree, and I love all your points, by the way.
Well, definitely. I mean, and here's the thing. Like you said, for you, King Los, like you were raised completely different. So for you, that may be your perspective because you were raised correctly. But you also got to think that, like Anthony said in the earlier part of the show, there's a lot of things that people are eating. It's not even about the way you were raised no more. It's about the chemicals that's being put in our food that's making us believe. Like if you got all these chemicals into these animals and then you're eating them, now you're going to act like that same animal. So you're going to be a little bit more aggressive. You get what I'm saying? You're going to, so it's not always necessarily how you're raised. It's just the fact that, and then sometimes some of these men actually think that it's okay. Like not everybody think that it's like that okay. So for me, at the end of the day, I don't know what type of man I'm dealing with when I leave out my door every single day. But the only thing I can be in control over is how I walk out every single day to make sure that the people who don't think like you, King Los, I don't got to worry about getting thrown in a van and now I'm out here getting sold for something that I'm not even worth. You know what I'm saying? For less than my worth.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that, and I look at that energy. Look, amazing.
Let me take the table right quick. I just want to take the time to say, I love your hair and you look beautiful today. I just had to put it out.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. My girl, Gwen Bakima. Make sure y'all follow her, or at least send your girl her way, okay?
Hey, I'll follow her. I'll definitely follow her.
If she's a good one to follow, right, Anthony?
She is very good. Hey, don't say her name no more. Don't say her name.
Don't say it no more.
She's a good person to follow.
Definitely. So hey, definitely another thing that we want to cover real quick is, like, we were just talking about some of the places that you want to visit in the future. What are some of the places you want to go?
So, okay. So, all right, here's the thing. I've traveled a lot of places so far. And I'm the type of person where if I could just blink my eye and I'm there, I would probably go everywhere. Right. And even though I have edges, that means I don't like to live life on the edge. I like to live on with edges. Okay. So I'm not really one to be doing too much. Okay. But for whatever reason, I definitely feel like, I was okay with going to state, but I really wasn't a person where I really wanted to go to a bunch of different countries, to be honest. And it's not because I'm not interested about, their culture. It's really just the plane ride is just too much for me. Like, I'm not there mentally to be on a plane in the air for that long, right?
All right. Yeah.
Naturally. And it's only because the way I think. I'm the person where I really think about people really being human beings. So when I'm on a bridge, I think about that one day that John really didn't feel like building that day. The pilot, Jeff, that one day Jeff just don't feel like flying. You know what I mean? And it's like, you got to be the one on the plane hoping and praying that you get to your destination. And I just don't like putting my faith in people's hands. But COVID-19 has changed my life. So some places I want to visit, I really want to go to, I want to go simple places. I want to go to Jamaica. I want to roll a really, really nice, herb and enjoy my life a little. I want to go to London. I want to sip tea and talk real proper,
I met somebody from Charlotte. Yeah, I like the way they talk. They're from London.
Yeah, right. Like, I really feel like I could be that girl. Like, I really feel like, I could calm down a little bit. And, I think I can do this for real. But to be honest, though, my favorite place to visit will forever be LA. For me, just, growing up, wanting to be on TV, the first thing you think of is Hollywood, So I think the first time really visiting Hollywood, and not visiting as just a regular person, but visiting as Jazzy B, where I'm like right here, I'm in the freaking place with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and Babyface, and he held the door open for me, and I'm just like, I
done seen you on Snapchat. I seen you on Snapchat from people I know. I'm like, how they know her? I don't think they know you. You're a celebrity. I know her.
Don't write me up now, okay? You're gonna have
I'm dead serious. I said I know her. Yes.
But I love LA. LA is really, I really do feel, mark my word, and y'all are hearing it here first. Like, I really do believe that by next year, by the end of 2021, I really do believe that I really will be living in LA. And I don't want to go to LA on some a nickel and a dream. Like, I want to go where people are like, okay, we're expecting Jazzy B to be here in any second. Do you got what you need? That's what I want to be on when I'm about there.
Well, listen. We appreciate you, and you never know. You might be, coming on this show, and you might be part of the show. I will certainly. I would vouch. I would give my stamp of approval if that is in the plan, in the works. I know Doc P. He's amazing. And everything that you said, I take it to heart, and I really appreciate the fact that you even recognize that. K Mills is an amazing guy. He certainly is. And I think we can all relate, like, to your point, we can all relate with K Mills. And, Anthony is kind of like a hybrid of both of us.
Exactly.
And I think that's why the chemistry works.
I mean, it works.
Who is that?
Oh, you're back. Oh, you're back now.
We done took your show.
Y'all took the show.
She done took your show.
You know what, Anthony? You're good now. We're gonna close the show. Okay? You're fine.
I put my glasses back on. Y'all done took my show.
Then you know
client,
what?
You know, y'all done stole the contract of my client. Everything.
You know what I mean? We looked up and you was gone, so I was like, I had to do the Jazzy B for a second to let them know how I
she
felt.
did it. She did it. She did it.
Oh yeah.
And Kaylin, I look forward to your stories too, for the record.
Oh, thank you. I got a lot of them.
Yes, I'm be listening out for this new story.
Oh yeah.
In the future, you might be in one of them.
As long as it's a good one, we all right.
Oh yeah, all of them good. All of them good. Yeah.
We're good. Long as all of this good. Well, I enjoyed this. I didn't know if y'all had more questions for me, but I have truly enjoyed this a lot.
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much.
Shout outs and your tags and social media. Let people know where they can follow you at.
Okay, so the first shout out, I want to shout out to my girl, Shakima Good, Glam by Kima, for slaying my hair. Okay, she makes me feel like I'm a goddess at its best.
She did that.
Brown girls, we're winning out here. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I feel like a queen indeed. So shout out to her. Make sure that you guys are following my page at Jazzy B, the #4 Real. It is super pivotal because I am working on so much between the book. I am actually filming my own personal reality show. Just to show you once again, my life gets crazy, it gets real, it gets raw. It's no need to have drinks thrown, okay, when there's opportunities being thrown. And I want people to be able to catch that. So I'm definitely going to be on YouTube. So make sure you're following me on the good news with Jazzy B, and then make sure you are tuning in with me because I'll be teaming back up with my guy Anthony Little, the Giant, and y'all we bringing back Jazzy back, honey. Okay, but we're doing it virtual this time. Okay.
Oh yeah. COVID free.
COVID free. Come on now. I don't need it in my life. I'm trying to travel 2021. We got places to go.
Oh yeah. We got big things. We got big things coming up.
Oh yeah, Vegas.
Oh yeah. You done gave out the good news.
But yeah, but definitely make sure y'all are following me on any and everything. I forgot to tell you one of the biggest things. I'm tripping. I'm opening up my own first studio ever that I've ever been able to say that my name is legit on. So no sponsors, no nothing. The official Vibing with Jazzy B studio will be open. I'm not Tyler Perry. You can call me Tyler. Okay, that gives me more of a female name. The Tyler Perry, okay? But I'm doing the everyone thing. So definitely, man, make sure you follow me. Even if you just need some fresh energy in the morning, okay? Follow me, your girl, okay? Jazzy V.
All right, Jazzy. Appreciate you so much. Night. Much love.
All right, now, y'all have a great one.
All right.
Take care.
All right,
what's up, Rap?
Hey, man, what's up, Rap? Well, you from Charlotte?
Hey, I'm from Charlotte tonight, buddy. I'm from Charlotte.
Charlotte tonight, buddy. Yeah, you said Rap.
Graham Street, buddy. Graham Street.
Hey,
yeah, Graham Street.
What? We're gonna do our closings. Man, it was another great show. Episode 2, SM Enlightenment Radio, and also, we doing it big around here. So give y'all shout outs, man. Give y'all shout outs. Give y'all tags. Let everybody know where they can follow y'all at. Hustle Within.
Good. Well, I'll go ahead. Okay. Y'all, you can find me at kmills@gmail.com 652. And I'm gonna give a shout out to Ellaby, my hometown. What's up, everybody who's watching?
Mm-hmm.
And holla at your boy.
Holla at your boy. You got a story to tell.
I got a story to tell.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, so you can hit me up. Oh yeah, so you can hit me up. One, I want to say big shout out to Doc P, the Ant-Man, K Mills. Great show tonight.
Oh yeah.
Always a pleasure dropping knowledge, hustling within and within the hustle. But you can certainly find me. I'm not as cool as everybody else. Don't do that social media stuff.
However, you want me hanging with if you want cool.
But you can hit me up on email actually. MRCWALLUPS@gmail.com. gmail.com. All right.
And you want to follow me, Ant-Man, you can follow me at Capton ENT on IG. That's CAPTON ENT on IG. Hey, Facebook, Anthony Little. So, hey, man, great show. Another one down. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it going, man. Hey,
Absolutely.
shout out to SM Enlightenment Radio, WSME. Also,
Respect.
Hustle Within. We
Hustle Within.
every Sunday, 9 p.m. Make sure you tune in. Keep it locked.
Holla at me, man.